That's crazy. I've been up here this whole time and hasn't have not been streaming. That's crazy. I've been up here this whole time and hasn't have not been streaming. That's crazy. I've been up here this whole time and have not been streaming. Bienvenido. I could have sworn I was streaming this whole time, peoples. However, we are here, and today I am blogging because I have not blogged in a while. I've started writing a little bit because I thought I was streaming. However, we're here, we're queer, and we're ready to go. If you don't know my name, I go by G, like the letter, and this is my YouTube slash streaming situation. I've been trying to find a way to stream that works for me because I am neurodivergent, so my mind just be. So I thought to myself, how about just stream the things you would normally do? And so today we are writing a blog post because I was feeling a little venti, if you will. That sounds like a Starbucks size drink. Anyway, I was feeling a little venti where I wanted to sort of get something off my chest. And so basically, I wanted to sort of vent, if you will, in this blog post so that way I'm kind of killing multiple birds with one stone. I'm streaming, I'm blogging, and yeah, there we go. So, if you're here, drop something in the chat and say hello. Hello, Starshine. Drop something in the chat and say hi if you can. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have y'all right here so that way I can see the chat. Oh God, that's not what I wanted. Why is it doing this? I do not like that. Okay, there we go. It says pinch the zoom. I want the chat. Okay. Say hey in the chat if you're there. If not, it's alright. Okay, peoples. So this post is about something that has sort of turned around in my life, I guess. So basically, before I actually went live, I was recounting an instance from last year where I talked to this girl and, trying to get my feelers out there and, whatnot. This was before I really sort of, I don't want to say settled, but grew. There we go. That's a good one. Grew into like my queerness, if you will. So I was talking to this girl, and it was going fine at first. However, it was just sort of like, I think, a lot of emotions happening, not just because we're women. However, um, a lot of emotions happening on my end, as far as you know, being present, being mentally just there, and I wasn't, so I needed like a break. Mind you, like again, like I was reeling from a breakup in 2023 that, went over into 2024, because 2024 was definitely a year of just grief and grieving those parts of myself. Yeah, those parts of myself, as well as like that relationship, because it was kind of long. It was long. Oh, my back. Hold on. Oh, my back. All right. But yeah, it was kind of like, you know, long or whatever. And so 2024 was just like a year of uh, letting go and grieving everything that sort of came about. And so now, or when that happened, I was talking to the girl, and basically it just got, to that point of I wasn't there. Like I wasn't completely there, nor was I completely present. Because again, I was just doing too much. Like I was talking to her, still getting my life together and like therapy and shit. And then on top of that, just again getting my feelers out there as far as dating, and sort of like in a mindset of like, to forget someone, you got to get under someone. Anyway, that was sort of a reality for me, I would say, when it came to like, last year and just, getting my shit together. However, the situation with the girl I was dating, it came to an end because basically I put it to an end because I needed my time, I needed my space. And so we were sort of still cool. However, I think once we sort of divided, I think it was more so a thing of like, again, me sort of just meeting people, and I'm thinking, oh, this could be something, and it wasn't. Like the last person I talked to before the person I'm talking to now, good God, they were ass, like completely ass, like salt of the earth type shit. If you're in the chat, say hello, please. But I'm just talking about like today's blog post and why we're here and whatnot. But yeah. So basically, what else happened? Where was I? Oh, basically like the last person I dated, they weren't great and all that good jazz. And so as far as like the girl I was talking to, like that was over, right? However, fast forward to like early this year, early 2025, it was a situation of basically like wanting to be friends, sort of just getting back into the groove, because at first I wasn't sure about being friends, because again, like I was in a place of like, do I still like this person, but I'm still mentally here and yada yada yada. But that was like late 2024, basically when I was just getting my shit together. So when 2025 rolled around, it was more so on some shit like, oh, like let's be cool, like let's be friends, let's be cordial. And so that was the idea. And so that was cool for a little bit. But then like I think around like springtime earlier this year, like April, May-ish, it was a thing of like talking to my therapist about possibly being more social, because I was definitely like isolating in a way of like good isolation, because again, like I'm figuring shit out, I'm feeling better about myself. There was a lot of improvement happening, you know what I'm saying, beginning of this year, and it's still happening. However, basically around that time we were, cordial or whatever. I'm talking to my therapist about being more social, possibly like dating, that type of shit. And so it got to a point, maybe like early summer, like May, June, it would like, would you sort of talk to this girl again? Like that's what my therapist was saying, because we got to a point of like, maybe you should not be dating niggas. Just maybe. But yeah. Oh, I'm being loud. But yeah, just maybe you should not be dating men, at least for like maybe a few moments in your life. This year, basically. So I ended up taking her advice, obviously, and trying to be in more queer spaces, trying to, figure out what it is that I wanted. Should I actually be, trying to date a woman, yada yada woo woo. Like that was the thought process. And so as that's happening, again, like this girl, she was somewhat in the back of my mind because I'm like, thinking about what my therapist said, and then she asked me like, would you give her a chance, or would you do a, second round, if you will? And I was like, yeah, like I would. Like it was good energy. It was just a matter of like me not being there, and I was very upfront about that. So, me and the girl, we still being just casual, like, oh, hey, how you doing? Like basic conversation, nothing too crazy. Um, and so it got to a point of me wanting to ask that question, like, hey, would you give it another go? Basically, would you give it another go? And she was like, yes. However, she was non-monogamous at the time, and she had just like broke up with both her partners. And so I was like, oh, okay, bet. Like, I get it. You need time to get real over that. I understood 100%. So I'm just like, yeah, like facts, like for real. Mind you, again, like I'm bettering myself and I'm moving forward in my life. So that means like if you're not trying to move forward, then I'm not necessarily worried about what you got going on. That was the case with her. It's like, yeah, I'll give you a second chance, but I need time. And I'm like, bet, like, cool. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Whenever you want to come around, sure. Like if I'm still in that place, sure. We can do that or whatever. However, I think it was just smoke and mirrors personally, because whenever like I asked her that was maybe like early summer or late summer. I think it was around like maybe my birthday ish, because my birthday is in July, and so it was around that time where I asked her that. So like time passed, and obviously like I'm not hearing from her, while also I'm like moving forward, putting myself in clear spaces and just living my fucking life. Obviously, we follow each other on social media, so I had seen a TikTok of her and her ex-partner together, and I'm trying to think. I think it might have been end of July, early August, maybe. I seen a video of them together, her female partner that she was with, and I was just like, oh, so this is why. So this is why, basically, like you said, you needed time, which is like, okay, I get it, right? It's like, y'all just broke up. However, the way you was talking about it, it was like harsh or whatever, only for it to turn around and be used to fucking with this person after telling me one thing, when you could have just told me like no, or you could have just been like, yeah, like I'm still, like, just being honest. Like you didn't even necessarily have to say like you still fucking with this person, but you could have just been like, like I'm not on that. Something very like clear, concise. I'm not on that. And I would have been like, okay, bet, easy. And so when I seen that post, I was just like, why didn't you just say, like, why didn't you just say, Anyway, so it got to a point where it's like, I unfollowed her and I feel like I need to block her. However, I just unfollowed her for the most part right now. And so that's what our blog post is about today. A long way to get to this. However, that's what our blog post is about today. So far I have, today's post will be brief. I've been gone for a while, but I did not have, I can't even read. I've been gone for a while, but I did have something to get off my chest, but I still have something to get off my chest. So last summer I was getting into dating, and there was this girl. I will not be naming names, as I have not named them here. So there was this girl I was talking to last summer. Hello, keyboard. And things were going okay. However, I was reeling from a very, very, very harsh break up last year. Breakup that I've mentioned on this blog one too many times. met her, I think I was getting somewhat over somewhat over a ship situationship thing or whatever. Situationship thing with a guy. I told her up front about me still liking and being attracted, can't even spell, y'all, attracted to men. I thought she understood attracted to men. I also told her that I wasn't ready for anything serious. Let's say Siri. Serious. LOL, I got a text about somebody getting in a car accident. It has nothing to do with me. That sounds bad, but it doesn't. But yeah, I am now going back to what I did. Okay. But yeah, so I told her that, can't spell. I told her that I wasn't ready for anything serious at the time. I thought people, she understood all of this. I was very clear with those two things from my recollection. I thought she understood all of this. I was very clear with those two things from my recollection. So it was going okay for a little while. However, I believe my mental capacity was overwhelmed. I was not one who could really handle dating or being sexual with multiple people at the same time. I've learned from that for sure. Anywho's, peoples. We've been going for an hour almost already. Yay! No, we haven't. Couldn't be. When did I turn this off? No, we ain't been going for no damn hour. Let me see. I think maybe it's been saying it's streaming for an hour, but it's not an hour, people. Anywho's, I know I started streaming not too long ago. So, let's share this on YouTube, no? Yeah, I'm gonna finish this post and hop off. Once I finish my post, people, I'm gonna hop off. However, I am gonna share it for the last few minutes. Well, I shared it with my close friends. blue. Oh well, I can't spell simple words. I can't even fucking see what I'm talking about. Leave new note. Cause I put live in YouTube. Live on YouTube right now. Okay. Anywho's, period. I needed to step away because I believe she started taking me more serious than anticipated. We liked each other. We're writing a blog post. If you're in the live, say hey. So I'm talking about a situation I went through when it came to dating this one girl I dated last year. And I felt a need to write a blog post about it. So I did. Or so I am. Anywho's, I need to step away because I believe she started taking me more serious than anticipated. I agree that we liked each other, but I wasn't ready, you know? I remember an instance when we were talking at her place. I remember an instance when we were talking at her place and the whole men thing came up. She asked me about her calling me her girlfriend, and I told her basically like, nah. I also reiterated in those moments that I wasn't ready and still was considering men at the time. Very clear and honest. Right? Very clear and honest, no? Okay, I'm gonna move this so you can see me or see it better. Let's put me in the corner over here. There we go. That way y'all can see me better. Very clear. No? No? Is it not clear, people? Is it not clear, peoples? Okay. Yeah, I really was overwhelmed last year with a lot because like there was so much going on and I was like really like, oh, I'll just talk to whoever. I'll talk to whoever, sort of not say attention seeking, but I was like feeling like I needed someone, feeling very alone at the time. So it was like it would be nice to do yada yada woo woo. However, last year was definitely a test. Good God, it was definitely a motherfucking test last year when it came to dating. But yeah, so basically what I was saying was, whenever it came down to like me and this girl, I was saying I remember an instance when we were talking at her place, because it got to a point of, mind you, like this girl, I tell her straight up, like it was never a serious thing. I was very much upfront about it not being a serious thing. One, because like I wasn't ready for like another relationship after just getting out of one. That's the first thing. Second thing is I was in a more of like, I didn't want to, I wanted to explore. I didn't want to like just be with one person, at least at the time. I wanted to sort of like see what was out there. And then there was this one dude that I wanted, not say I wanted to talk to, but his energy when I first met him, despite me being in a relationship, I kept it professional. Kept it professional. However, he did have an energy, like an aura about him. And I was like, peep. So when I was single, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it just got to a point as far as me and her where it was basically like, oh, you know, like I'm not like your girlfriend, and I didn't agree or sign up to be. I told you what it was, like very much at the beginning. I also told you what it was as far as like me, you know, still being attracted or interested in dating men. Like I was very much upfront because I was like, again, leaning more into my queerness, but also like even now, like I'm very much queer. However, I'm okay more so with talking to women because like I've been, not say pushed, but my therapist has gave me a gentle nudge, and I feel a lot more confident in doing so. And I hate men, despite being attracted to them. So, yeah, I don't label myself as really anything other than queer. However, there's like maybe specifics that I could probably talk about at some point on a stream, as far as like my personal identity and stuff. But yeah, so basically I just told her like, nah, like I'm not like your girlfriend. I'm not necessarily like really on that type of time. So again, it just got to a point where, okay, I need to focus. I need to focus. And so I think after that situation with her, that was like I took a slight break from everything. Like I wasn't talking to nobody. I kind of just was in my own space. But like that at that moment, it was like healthy but not healthy. Like I was in my own space because I was just so broken compared to like when I was like isolating myself this year. It was genuinely like I could do this all the time, be here with myself. Like this is nice. I got comfortable with myself. And so I just took a break from everything. And so like I took a break from everybody because I had talked to this one dude before. Was it before meeting her or after? Because I was talking to her and one other person who was a guy, and then there was another guy that I was getting to know, but that was later in the year. And so basically, I got to know him for like maybe a month, and then that was done because it was just, again, overwhelming mentally. And then this nigga like was doing everything under the sun as if like he wanted to be with me for real, despite not even wanting to be with me for real. So of course that was confusing for me because it's like, despite you saying something, your actions are different. Like literally texting me every day, FaceTiming me every day, wanting the link every day. Like very much like, and I thought I was clinky. And so it just was a lot. And so he ended up fucking doing me dirty or whatever. Just stopped talk, basically ghosted me because like I liked him and he set it up. I think he just set it up for that or whatever, as far as like, oh, like I'm gonna leave her on for a little bit then ghost her. I think that was maybe his plan. However, like after all of that, I ended up just cutting everything off. So again, I was overwhelmed with a lot last year. So much so that I ended up taking a hiatus from people overall. I really just went inward, and that's real because I did go inward. I just went inward, you know. Let's check the chat. But yeah, I did learn a lot, and I was like in a place of like, let me just sit back, right? Oh damn. I really just went inward. So she and I fell out over the course of my hiatus. Once I was getting back out of my shell, LOL, shell, I am a Cancer. LOL. Once I was getting back out of my shell, I had met someone new, a man, unfortunately. She, on the other hand, had got into a relationship with a woman. She was monogamous. I don't even know if that's how you spell that word. Hey Siri, spell monogamous. M-O nog. There we go. Monogamous. I'm missing the A. Monogamous. She, on the other hand, had got into a relationship with a woman. She was non-monogamous at the time and had a boyfriend when we had initially met. The way I met him was kind of crazy, honestly. So yeah. Let's see if I have a text. Damn, I missed it. LOL. So yeah, she on the other hand got into a relationship with the woman. She was non-monogamous at the time and had a boyfriend when we initially met. The way I met him was kind of crazy. However, however, so yeah, she was non-monogamous at the time and had a boyfriend when we initially met. The way I met him was kind of crazy. However, I was preoccupied with someone else who I thought, someone else. Legit chance. I was wrong. I was wrong, but that's besides the point, right? Right, that's besides the point. So fast forward to this year. Should I say girl or lady? I don't know. Girl sounds like childish. I'll just say girl, sure. Fast forward to this year, comma. The girl and I were keeping it very, very cordial. How you spell cordial? Hey Siri, spell cordial. Cordial. DIL. Thank you. So fast forward to this year. The girl and I were keeping it very cordial. We were like internet friends. We met up once for lunch, but it wasn't too much. It was fine, comma, though I'm glad I didn't link with her again after that. So eventually I got better mentally and got to a point of attempting to be more social. This was when I felt more comfortable. This is when I felt more comfortable with my queerness and neurodivergence. Did I spell that right? Neurodivergence. Yes. No, that's a C. Bitch. Letters. Neurodivergence. I do have ADHD, people. Neurodivergence. With my queerness and neurodivergence. Honestly, this blog post turned out to be longer than I expected. But I'm nearly done. So eventually I got better mentally and got to a point of attempting to be more social. This was when I felt more comfortable with my queerness and my queerness and bitch, I put a whole M in my neurodivergence. So why I keep saying so? My therapist and I talked about dating women more because, and I can't stress this enough. And I can't stress this enough because I hate men. Despite being attracted to... LOL, y'all can't see what I'm writing. Can y'all see that? Okay. Attracted to them. My therapist and I talked about dating women more because, and I can't stress this enough, I hate men. Let's make this a little, yeah. Enough, I hate men. Despite being attracted. Is that how you spell that word? Attracted? Hey Siri, spell attracted.
Attract. A-T-T-R-A-C-T-I-V-E.
I think that's how you spell it. Thank you.
My pleasure.
I hate men despite being attracted to them. So we made that decision to put myself in more queer and sapphic spaces. At the same time, my therapist thought maybe it would be okay to try again with the girl. I also thought this based on my growth and the way things ended between she and I. So I said, fuck it. So I said, fuck it. I am a very direct, blunt, and transparent person. So, of course, when my therapist says ease into it, I ignore her. I did not ease into it, people. I was very much like, oh, I need to know this now. Luckily, I was in a good place. Of course, when my therapist said ease into it, I ignored her. How long have we been going? I have no clue. Oh, let's say 44 minutes. We've been going for 44 minutes, people. Let's see if we can finish this by an hour. I'm very direct, blunt, and trans. I am not trans. Shout out to the girls. Transparent. I'm a very direct, blunt, and transparent person. Of course, when my therapist said ease into it, I ignored her. Of course I did, because I did. So I just ended up asking her straight up I messaged her and basically was like, definitely a transformer. LOL. I am not a transformer. Shout out to the girls, but I'm not a transformer. I'm writing a blog post about, you met her, but Shawty from last year. I'm writing a blog post about her because of some shit, and I explained it, but I'll explain it again. Basically, when I was like earlier this year, my therapist was like, "Oh, like, you're getting better. Maybe you can, like, dip your toe out there in the social/dating world." And I'm like, maybe. And so then, like, she brings up, like, maybe you could talk to Shawty again, like, see if you can do a second chance, or like ask, like, would she da 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 da. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. Oh, I'll get back to it. I know it's ASMR. Wait, where's the microphone? ASMR. Anyway. But yeah, fucking, I told her, I'm trying to figure out how I can, like your comment. Can I do that? Oh no, I can't do that. I'm gonna just send a heart. Thank you. But yeah, my therapist was like, maybe you can go again or whatever. And I was like, okay, maybe. Fuck it. Right? And so I fucking give it a chance. And so, knowing me, and around that time, I'm like, knowing how I am now, like, I'm very, like, blunt, transparent. I don't give a fuck. And so I hit her up, and I was like, this was like spring, early summer this year. And I hit her up, and I was like, hey. We was real cordial. Like, it wasn't nothing crazy. Like, I was just like, hey, like, been thinking, like, whatever. Would you, like, give this a second chance and shit? And let me type that out first. I messaged her and asked her, damn, I got typos in it, be therapist. And this is supposed to be straight. I messaged her and it was fine at first. She told me that she had recently broken up with her partners and needed some time to grieve. How you spell grieve? Grieve, is that how you spell it? Hey Siri, spell grieve.
There are two words pronounced like that. G-R-E-A-V-E and G-R-I-E-V-E.
Thank you. Is that how you spell it? I think that's how you spell grieve. Yeah. Anywho, needed some time to grieve. Needed some time to grieve. I was cool with that because I know how it goes. Like you need that time, especially if you've gotten really attached or been with someone for a while. So I get it. I told her, like, I get it. Like, I've been there. I've done it. I messaged her and it was fine at first. Right? She told me it was fine at first, right? And then she told me it was fine. She told me that she recently broke up with her partners, needed some time to grieve. I was cool with that because I know how it goes. Like, you need that time, especially if you've gotten really attached or been with someone for a while. Like, I get it. I know what that's about. So I get it. Mind you, I was still doing me. I know the fuck not. I definitely was not about to wait around for her. Like, did she not know who I am? Mind you, I was still doing me. I definitely was not about to wait around for her. Like, come on now. Like, come on now. But she was somewhat in the back of my mind. If she did come around and I was still in that, what's the word I'm looking for? If she did come around and I was still in the place of wanting her in a more serious way. In a more serious way. So, mind you, I was still doing me type shit. I should say that. Tight shit. Tight. Mind you, I was still doing me type shit. I definitely was not about to wait around for her. Like, come on now. Anyway, but she was somewhat in the back of my mind if she did come around and I was still in the place of wanting her in a more serious way, right? And so once she told me she needed time, I was cool and left it at that. I think I'm trying to think, did we talk or not? Because I don't know if we talked after, like, I asked her all of this, but I'm just gonna put my recollection is unclear if we exchanged exchanged further correspondence or not. Further correspondence or not. Should I say or not? Or not? Once she told me she needed time, I was cool and left it at that, I think. My recollection is unclear if we exchanged further correspondence. Actually, recollection. We exchanged further correspondence or not, right? Like, I don't remember if we talked or not after that, but yeah. So, when was that? That was maybe in July. I'm gonna say that was maybe in July. Yeah, I don't really remember. That was maybe, I'm italicize, cause maybe that was maybe in July. So time goes on. I continue being G, like the letter. That was maybe in July. So time goes on. I continue. That's supposed to be a comma. I continue being G, just like the letter. My life is progressing. My life is progressing, and things are getting pretty stable. Well, things are pretty stable. And I somewhat start anew when I turned 25. So that was July maybe. So time goes on. I continue being G just like the letter. My life is progressing and things are pretty stable. My life is progressing. Things are progressing. Hello. Things are progressing. My life is progressing. Things are pretty stable. And I somewhat start anew when I turned 25. So around the end of July or early August. So around the end of July or early August, I meet someone, a lady. It's chill. A lady. You know, you do as one does when getting to know someone new, and ask questions. Ask questions and shoot the shit, basically. So that was around the end of July, early August. I met. I honestly don't know if I've been going between past tense or present tense. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know. Anywho's, so around the end of July or early August, I met someone, a lady. You do as one does when getting to know someone new, and ask questions and shoot shit, basically. And ask questions, I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna do like a M dash, whatever. Shoot the shit, basically. I don't know if that's accurate. Anyways, shoot the shit, basically. And around that same, bitch, you can't even type. That same time, right? And around that same time, Shawty, who was aforementioned, LOL. And around that same time, Shawty, who was aforementioned, she posted a video on the Clock app, on TikTok. Yes, we were following each other. I really didn't care or think anything of it, for real. Okay, and around that same time, Shawty, who was aforementioned, she posted a video on TikTok. Yes, we were following each other. I really didn't care or think anything of it. Anything of it for real. I'ma just put, said video was of her and her ex, I'm gonna put ex in air quotes, ex partner. The female one at that, let's say that, at that, it was the female one at that. Said video was of her and her ex-partner. The female one at that, right. Right, I'm just gonna put that. Right. Let's make it italics. Right. So I see the video and I'm just like, I wasn't even like, wow. It was like, oh, like, oh, okay. Like, it was like that. Like, I see how you're moving. It was like, I see the video and I'm just like, oh, basically. Let's put an exclamation mark, because I think that probably captures it more. And I was just like, oh, I'm just like, oh, why tell me, or like acknowledge that, I don't even know if I spelled that right. Acknowledge, wait. So I see that video, I'm just like, oh, why tell me, or like acknowledge, I'm gonna just say acknowledge my second chance question or offer when you're literally still fucking with, probably fucking and fucking with your ex. Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you sit here? Mind you, like, it was like a couple months in between, so it's like you had to still be fucking with her when you was talking to me anyway, or like having conversations with me anyway. So it's like, why you even sit here in my face to say all that when whole time you over here like, right? So I just took that as good thing I met someone. Good thing I wasn't waiting around for your ass, because that would have fucking sucked. I would have been looking like a damn fool in this bitch. But I ain't finna be looking like no fool. You ain't gonna have me looking crazy. I done been there, done that. You ain't finna have me looking crazy. Promise you, especially not right now. You crazy as hell. You got me looking crazy, bro. Hell nah. Where we at? Okay, so I see the video and I'm just like, oh, why tell me, or like acknowledge my second chance question or offer when you're literally still fucking with your ex? Like, are we being for real? Are we being for real? Is our critical thinking not critical enough? Like, I'm gonna say that. Is our critical thinking not critical enough? Critical. Is that spelled right? I think so. Critical. Whatever. Like, are we being for real? Is our critical thinking not critical enough? Or like, what's the word? Like, I know I got 2 degrees. I get it. Anywho, let me stop. Oh, let me stop. Anywho, are we being for real? Is our critical thinking not critical enough? Because, child, I wouldn't do that to somebody. Like, I'm just thinking about myself, right? I wouldn't do that to nobody. Like, I wouldn't be up here, like, knowingly doing things and still leading you on. Like, she wasn't leading me on because it wasn't like we were talking for real. But you knew when, you know, I asked you that. You talking about, yeah, I just need time to heal and all that. Like, I get it. Like, what's one thing about me is I get it. I understand, because I've been in those positions before. However, I am a new human being, and one thing you will not do is play in my face. You will not do that, because if you do, you're in for a rude awakening. For real. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Especially like with this more like comfortable version. Oh, I got Cheerios. With this more comfortable version of myself, child, I know what they be talking about when they be on that clock app talking about, oh yeah, you're not in competition with other dudes, you're in competition with my peace. Cause I'm good. I got air conditioning, groceries, the fuck I need you for. The fuck, it's real good up in here. Got 2 bedrooms. I pay my rent, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's real nice. I don't need extra bullshit. I already got shit going. It's enough with me. So if you come into my bubble and you try to fuck up, and I told the girl this that I'm talking to right now, I said, you know, I'm building this garden, and like, I'm not finna allow weeds into my garden, because I'm not finna do that. I've gotten to a point where my shit is starting to flourish, I'm getting to a point where I have this like gloomy but growing fucking garden, and I'm very, very much proud of it. Because for one, like, I'm a dark humor person, dark film person, but also like I work really hard. Like, really, 2025 is like fruits of my labor. You know what I'm saying? Like, child, I've been through some shit. Been through the wire. I've been through the wire. Like, I really been through the wire, y'all. Let's finish this blog post. We're nearly there. Nearly there. This is the home stretch. As my fucking workout instructor would say when I go to step class, I can see the finish line. Hey, yes, God. Anywho's. Like, are we being for real? Critical thinking, not critical enough. So, honestly, this is why I'm making a blog post. A blog post. Because it's not like I care for real. Like, I don't care for real. Right? I think it's more about the principal of things. Is it? No, PAL is like school. Polo, there we go. That's the regular one. It's I think it's more about the principle for me. Like, honestly, don't even like I feel like you shouldn't have even said those things, because like, based on like that video, I'm sure like y'all probably stopped talking for like maybe a week or two. And I got back to it, but again, I don't know. I'm not in that, whatever. So honestly, this is why I'm making a blog post. It's like, it's not like I care. Let's say for real, because it's like, granted, I'm making a blog post, so you care a little bit. It's more so a thing of like airing a grievance. You know what I mean? I'm airing a grievance. I think it's more about the principle. Don't say things you don't mean, and if you do, correct that shit, because I'm like, obviously I know she know I would have seen that post because we fucking follow each other. So it's just like, are you trying to play in my face? Don't say things you don't mean, and if you do, correct that shit, please, because we're grown, and I don't need anyone thinking they can play the G. they can play. I don't need anyone thinking they can play me at all. The fuck? Bitch, I ain't no fucking fiddle. This ain't no guitar. The fuck? Go ahead now. Don't say things you don't mean. And if you do, correct that shit. Because we're grown, and I don't need anyone thinking they can play me at all. So, I thought I'd just air this grievance. So I thought I'd just air this grievance. I just aired this grievance. And shit, it feels nice. It feels nice. And shit, it feels nice. I'm also glad that I'm just blogging in general, honestly. Oh well, I'm about to like just blog, you know what I'm saying? And like do ASMR. And do fucking ASMR. And like, I'm gonna just do this for the effect. I'm also glad that I'm just blogging in general. Honestly, it's like I said, it's been a while. I don't know. I think like my last post was like April, maybe. I'm gonna get back into it. Or whatever. So I thought I'd just air this grievance. And shit, it feels nice. I'm so glad that I'm blogging in general, honestly. Like I said, it's been a while. So, in conclusion, in conclusion, wait, I'm putting here that I'm also streaming. I also streamed this blogging session on YouTube. On the tube. On YouTube. I can't spell. Jesus. LOL, I fucking type for a living. Anyway, I have these same issues at work. I streamed this blogging session on YouTube, and I hope folks enjoyed. In conclusion, you could never play me because shit ain't a game. My thing is, you can never play me, man. I'm the coach. I'm the coach, man. You can never play me. Especially like in the year of our Lord, 2025, Jubilee, you can never play me, man. Ever. You ever think you playing me? Hey, no, you're not. Because I promise you're not. Because I'm so okay with ghosting people. But I don't do it. But I'm so okay with it. As soon as I catch a hint. Like if I feel it right up in here. Poof. My life be like, ooh, ah. What? LOL, the chat. Girl, my life be like, ooh, ah. That's funny. LOL. Yeah. But, fucking, in conclusion, don't hate the player, hate the game. But that's the thing. For me, this shit not a game. It's not a game. Because, over. LOL. It's not a game though, because like I really don't be playing that shit, bruh. Because I'll leave quick, fast, and in a hurry. Cause like I said, it's not even a thing. The song. What song? You talking about Drake? No, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Anyway, but yeah, it's just like, yeah, I done came a long way. That's a lyric. I don't know what song, but it's a lyric. But I done came a long way, and honestly, I don't want to ever be put back in a position where I feel certain things. And so I am grateful and thankful are synonymous. I am grateful for the person I talk to now. They're all right. They're all right. Anywho's, in conclusion, I could never be played because I was never playing a game. I could never be swindled when I am the swindler. LOL. In conclusion, I don't like, you know how they be saying like the white folk, I don't like to be toyed with. I don't like to be toyed with. Is that the right word? Like, is that how you spell it? I'm assuming so. In conclusion, I don't like to be toyed with. Remember. Remember. I was taught, I won't say like all my game, but I was taught to learn the game. I was taught to learn the game because, well, no, I don't want to say taught. I should say forced I was forced to learn the game because I was dating niggas. Men. I was dating niggas. I'm gonna say men, so that way it's not like niggas. I was dating men for basically, not even basically, for 20, 24 years. In conclusion, I don't like to be toyed with. Remember, I was forced to learn the game because I was dating men for 24 years. So, you could never play me. You could never play me. Honestly, I may be the coach. And honestly, I may be the coach. I think that's it that I got. I'm gonna put that on the very end, end on a high note. Honestly, I may be the coach. Signed, G, the E. What should I call this post, guys? What should I call this? Event session. I think the last one I did was just like event session with G. So I'm gonna put, what the fuck? I just got a weird text. Are you up here? Okay. What should I name this? Because I think, like I said, I think the last one I had, jetpack, was just like a vent session or some bullshit. Let's see. Site, post. Yeah, I put event session by G. So I think I'm going to do another one like that's the title. Vent session. Event session. And then we're just going to add here. That's bullshit. Oh, that's bullshit. Where is it at? It usually has like the fucking reading time, and you can see how long it is when you fucking put it up there by fucking, let me see. Don't tell me they got rid of it. That's bullshit. I swear. I ain't used this thing in a minute. Okay, time to read. It would say reading time. That's dumb. 5 minutes. Y'all got 5 minutes of your time. Please read this. Anywho's. Yeah. Hopefully I don't have any typos. But knowing me, I probably do. If I have any typos, y'all tell me. These almost 1,000 words. Set feature image, media library. We're gonna do that number there. Set featured. And then we're gonna do, we're gonna put a little excerpt in there. Let's see, let's find something. Look at that, a typo. Get us some wood. Let's just say I've been gone for a while. Hold on, peoples. I'm just trying to get my shit together here. Add all these fucking things. Okay. And excerpt. excerpt. They got fucking AI for the excerpts. That's dumb. The author discusses their dating experiences, the complexity of feelings, and the importance of honesty. They reflect on personal growth and the challenges of romantic connections. That don't sound like me at all. Anywho. I'm gonna just put, this post is about my just take that out. Make it real easy for myself this time around because, yeah. And then jetpack. I think I'm gonna put the same thing for jetpack. Hold on. Where is it at? Copy, and then jetpack, and then we gonna put it right there. Paste, bitch. Paste. It's been a while. No? It's been a while. And then we could do a little preview. That's how it look when it comes up like that. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, that's how it looks. And so I think that's it. Like, sharing. I think that's it, peoples. Publish. Everyone post an email. Y'all subscribe to my blog. Do it now. It's babytalktv.com. I'll put a link. Can I put a link in the chat? There's a link in the chat if you want it. Publish. View post. Let's see what it looks like. This is the cover picture, and then 5-minute reading time, peoples. I could have put like something in here to break it up, but I was just like, I'm going. I'm going. But yeah, so that was my fucking stream today. Hold on, this shit is huge. Right. Anyway, I was trying to fix it, but it don't matter. So this was my stream today, peoples. And thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining with me. And I will catch y'all in the next stream, I think. I don't know when I'll be back, but I'll do my best to post. But yeah, thanks for joining me. And I will catch y'all in the next stream.